Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a fascinating idea that honestly turns everything we thought we knew about 90s television history completely on its head. What if one of TV's most beloved, supposedly clueless characters was actually a mastermind playing a brilliant, decade-long game? Let's go ahead and pull back the curtain on a sitcom legend. So, what if Joey Tribbiani was secretly a genius? I mean, we all know Joey from Friends as the lovable fool, right? He's the guy who frequently forgets basic facts, constantly misunderstands common logic, and gets totally lost in even the simplest of conversations. But what if every single confused look, every mispronounced word, and every bizarre comment was actually part of a deliberate, brilliantly executed act? Let's kick things off with Section 1, the lovable fool illusion, or as I like to call it, the master of disguise. We really need to look at how his outward, goofy persona wildly contrasts with the hidden realities of his life in New York City. Because, there's a really stark contrast between his perceived weaknesses and his actual hidden strengths. Sure, he's famous for these clueless traits, forgetting history, messing up common phrases, and getting totally lost when his friends are busy debating science or organizing their lives. But then, he repeatedly succeeds in these high-stakes situations where deep understanding, resilience, and emotional intuition actually matter. The math just doesn't add up if he's genuinely that dense. Think about it. Acting is an incredibly brutal profession. You've got to memorize massive, complex scripts, deeply understand character motivations, perform flawlessly under extreme pressure, and somehow handle the nonstop, brutal rejection of auditions. Yet Joey successfully navigates this highly competitive industry, lands major network roles, and thrives under that pressure for over a 10-year span. Honestly, does that sound like a genuinely clueless person to you? Moving on to Section 2, Evidence of Hidden Genius, Going Beyond the Laughs. Let's step away from his career for a second and just analyze his day-to-day interactions with the rest of the group. It's often been pointed out that Joey frequently understands people better than anyone else, and it's true. While Ross is busy overthinking his relationships into absolute oblivion, and Chandler is hiding behind a wall of sarcasm because he can't express his feelings, Joey consistently displays this profound emotional intelligence. He notices right away when his friends are hurting, knows exactly how to make them comfortable, and offers simple yet surprisingly spot-on advice. Which brings us to Section 3, the Tribbiani tactic, a genuinely brilliant strategy. This right here is the absolute core of our explainer today, where we completely reframe everything we thought we knew about his character. Just imagine this alternate reality for a second. A highly strategic Joey. In this storyline, Joey adopts a brilliant 4-step survival plan. Step 1, play confused. Step 2, lower expectations. Step 3, avoid drama. And Step 4, gain trust and freedom. By leaning hard into this image of the harmless, dumb friend, he effortlessly becomes everyone's favorite listener and most trusted confidant. People just naturally drop their defenses around him. The real magic here is that being underestimated gives him absolute freedom. By letting everyone assume he's harmless, and definitely not an intellectual threat, nobody ever pressures him to be perfect. No one expects him to have all the answers or fix their complicated, messy lives. He basically gets a front-row seat to everything happening in the group without carrying any of those heavy, exhausting expectations. Just compare his life to the rest of the group. You've got Ross and Rachel trapped in this endless, exhausting relationship drama. Monica and Chandler overanalyzing literally every single social situation, and Phoebe constantly stirring up unexpected chaos. Meanwhile, Joey, he somehow remains completely stress-free. He's practically meditating through the chaos, just floating through life while his supposedly smarter friends are perpetually stressed out. So consider this. Maybe acting clueless isn't a weakness. Maybe it's a survival strategy. This completely flips his classic misunderstandings on their head. What if they aren't genuine confusion at all? What if they're actually brilliant, strategic exits from complicated conversations he just doesn't want to engage in? The second the intellectual stakes or emotional expectations get too high, boom, he plays the fool and safely lowers them right back down. Now, Section 4, his greatest acting role, playing Joey. As we pull all these clues together, we arrive at the ultimate theory regarding his life's work as a performer. And here is the biggest what-if of them all. What if his greatest performance wasn't playing Dr. Drake Ramaray on Days of Our Lives? What if Joey's absolute masterpiece was the years-long, perfectly crafted character of Joey Tribbiani that he presented to his closest friends every single day? It's a disguise so incredibly brilliant because it's just completely absurd. Nobody suspects a mastermind when they're hiding their scary books in the freezer, right? Who's going to investigate the guy enthusiastically plotting a $1 million identical hand twin scheme? Or the guy who wears all of Chandler's clothes at the exact same time just to prove a point? That sheer level of absurdity creates the absolute perfect cover. Sure, the show constantly uses him for comedy because he simplifies problems and sees the world differently. But beneath all those laughs, there's a profound reality. He consistently shows immense loyalty, extreme generosity, and a willingness to sacrifice major career opportunities for the people he loves. Showing up like that requires immense maturity, empathy, and judgment. You see, seeing things differently isn't the same as being stupid. Sometimes it's just stripping away the unnecessary complications. Which brings us to Section 5, redefining true intelligence, looking at multiple intelligences. This is really the most profound realization of this entire explainer. It highlights how incredibly narrowly we typically define what it means to be smart. When you map out the specific strengths of the whole friend group, you get a crystal clear picture. Ross represents academic intelligence. Monica has organizational intelligence. Chandler operates with verbal intelligence. Phoebe thrives on unconventional intelligence. Rachel develops strong professional and emotional intelligence. And Joey? He possesses incredible social and emotional intelligence. It's just expertly wrapped up inside a goofy package, so no one ever asks him for too much. So, the crucial point is this. If this theory holds true, Joey's ultimate accomplishment wasn't just fooling his 5 best friends. The greatest trick was fooling the audience. He made millions of viewers completely overlook his consistent resilience, his deep kindness, and his profound understanding of human nature, all because he was the one delivering the punchlines. Honestly, that sounds exactly like the kind of performance a true master actor would be proud of. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder. The next time you watch the show, the next time Joey says something completely ridiculous, is he really confused? Is he just playing the fool? Or is he actually the one pulling all the strings, sitting back completely stress-free and truly being the smartest person in the room?